This is Dr. David Shine, and welcome to Business Law 101.
I don't know, did we touch on the caveat emptor?
Well, we don't have that in that chapter, and I don't think they actually have caveat emptor in this in the whole section on contracts. And that's basically where we were debating the issue of unconscionability. So it's easy to say, let the buyer beware, which is the literal translation of that Latin, but you're expected to be at least half sharp. So unless there's fraud, duress, undue influence, and so forth, usually the deal is going to be enforced against you unless, absent some compelling legal reason to get out of the deal. But it's still good advice to people to be careful. And again, as business people, we're going to be treated more harshly. So we should make sure that we are very aware of the terms of our deal, number one. And number two, remember that we have legal counsel available if we need it.
Yes, I found it tied to the adhesion contracts because, as you know, in dealerships, we use adhesion contracts. It's basically the customer has to agree to what's to the standardized contract. And in most part, since they don't have a lot of bargaining power, the caveat emptor, takes effect. Like they know what they were signing for.
Okay. Yeah, it is a tough question, and we get asked that a lot. And the reality is that those standardized contracts may seem awfully unfair, but to call them contracts of adhesion, I think might be a little overstating the situation. There are contracts of adhesion out there, but I don't think the standard contract with somebody's buying a car from a dealership would meet that relatively high standard. Because remember, in The Godfather, the guy ended up with the dead horses. His beautiful prize-winning horse ended up with the horse's head on his bed the next morning. So I don't think we're at that level in the auto dealership. Is that a fair parallel?
Well, yes, it is. It's just that they also don't have a choice. Like they can't renegotiate the contract. It's standardized. That's what it is.
Yes.
The customer cannot go in the contract and say, okay, I want to strike through this sentence because I don't agree with this. So.
I agree with you. And in fact, as a business attorney, I'm frequently dealing with the businesses, and I tell them, do not modify the terms of these contracts. Very important, because you're not attorneys. Do not, if you delete a sentence in these standardized contracts, you may totally change the legal balance in the contract, which has been carefully written to be in favor of the business that's using the contract. So they don't want the individual salespeople or other representatives in the business renegotiating these important terms. So a good point.
So it doesn't make it an adhesion contract because the customer does have the choice, which is
to
not
walk
to sign.
away, right, is to walk away, and they're not under threat of a gun, or that would be duress.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. This is Dr. David D. Shine for Business Law 101. If you've enjoyed this episode, please subscribe on your favorite platform.